Hello, people. It is a beautiful morning. I am at Huntington Beach because that's where I am. Welcome to another episode of Jesus and Coffee. This is episode 3, and today we are talking about gratitudinalism. That's right. Another one. Gratitudinalism. See if you can figure that one out. Hi, this is Todd. I do stuff, and sometimes I record it. This is another episode of Jesus and Coffee. Enjoy. Coffee. Hey everybody, we are camping, my family and I, at Huntington Beach right now, and it's November. And if you see behind me, there's a very iconic, symbolic figure in the background. It's a Christmas tree, in case you didn't know. It's November, and it's not Thanksgiving yet. It's early. Okay, I understand. Some of you may be offended and may never want to watch one of these again. But I was looking at Christmas, and I always like Christmas. It's one of my favorite holidays. Check that. I love Christmas. It's my favorite holiday, and I like to celebrate it as long as possible. And with Thanksgiving being at the end of November, you really only get 25, maybe 28 days to celebrate one of the best holidays ever, right? About 3 years ago, I decided that why not start a little bit earlier. The stores are doing it. Not that that's a good reason, but Christmas decorations are out. I start playing Christmas music, and for me, Christmas lasts like 3 months. That's a pretty awesome deal, right? So we're camping in November at the beach, and I was at the store with my son, and we said, hey, let's see what kind of Christmas decorations we can get to put up at the campsite that Mom would be okay with. So we found a Christmas tree, an inflatable snowman, and an inflatable reindeer, and some lights. Perfect, right? We bring them back, we set them up, we turn them on, we are Christmasing, we got the fire going, we got the Christmas tree on, we got the snowman inflated, and we're just sitting around talking. And randomly, these 3 people just come up off the bike path and start asking us questions because of our Christmas tree. And they said, wow, what are you guys doing? And we said, well, we're just camping. What are you doing? So they go on to tell us that they're here at a conference and they're talking about how to change the world, and I don't know the details, but their point was, you guys seem to have it all figured out. You've got your Christmas tree up, you're celebrating, you've got fire, which is a basic need, and the kids are playing with a ball, which is a simple toy, entertainment. We don't need all these distractions, all this extra stuff that we've created around ourselves that we say we need, but we really don't. And it was just, to them, it was interesting because they had just been talking about the simplicity of where we came from and where we're going to, and the fact that maybe, well, they didn't use this word because I made it up. Ordinarily that we all have that comes from the beginning, from where we were created. There's a simplicity to that just feels nice, but then at the same time, where's my TV? Where's my computer? Where's my Xbox? Where's my phone? Which, I mean, if any of you know me, you know I have a phone problem. We're trying not to do the phones as much. They're good. We have to communicate. We have to use them for work. But from a standpoint of just sitting on our phones and instead of sharing time with each other or looking up, we're staring down at a screen. And there's been a lot of talk about that recently. It's been going on for a long time. That's not a new conversation. But being here in nature, I mean, there's construction going on right there. We're in a parking lot. There's cars whizzing by. People are riding their electric scooters behind me. So we're not really nature. One of my friends said, you're not really camping. Where's the dirt? I said, the dirt's in the desert. We're at the beach in a parking lot. That's my kind of camping. Anyway, so we're talking with these people about the simplicity and the fire and the simple ball toy and just talking and not having our phones and our screens out. And I got to thinking about, we're at the beach. We're enjoying God's beautiful creation. There's palm trees all around me. There's sand. I'm hearing the waves break behind me. There's people. We're making relationships. We're talking. It's just what a wonderful place. Whether you're camping or not, even if you just go to the beach or go to the mountains or wherever it is, go to a lake, wherever it is that you feel connected to nature, to creation, to what God gave us to enjoy, that's what it's all about. And there's a sense of gratitude that I think I anyway, have left behind. And I just expect it. It's something that I take it for granted. I take the fact that I can be sitting here at the beach with the sun up, palm trees, sun, waves, sand, the whole 9 yards. I take it for granted, the fact that I'm here. This is amazing. I'm breathing. God let me wake up today. God let me get out of bed. It wasn't my alarm clock. Some of you have heard me say that before. Your alarm clock doesn't wake you up. God wakes you up. He's the one who allows you to get up out of bed, breathe your breath, and that's a miracle. Every day it's a miracle that you get up and you breathe air. And if you take it from that simple of a level, it just breaks everything down. Instead of being worried about what's written on a red cup during the holiday season, or how many Instagram likes you got on a picture that you posted of yourself looking silly or looking happy or looking fancy or whatever, and just take it down to the basic needs. My kids love to play a game, we call it Need or Want, and it's kind of just a way for us to teach them, hey, you don't need stuff, you just want it. And it's a way to explain that to them. But actually, it's turned into a kind of a cool way that we can talk about what is it that we really need? What is it that we want because it's fun or it's nice or whatever? But what is it that we really need? If we had things taken away, what would we end up needing? And we need fire to stay warm. We need people for relationship, and we need to breathe. I mean, there's a simplicity in life that we forget, that we take for granted. I want to emphasize that we take back that gratitude. We embrace gratitudinalism, and we surround ourselves with the joy and the happiness that is around us. Even if you're in a bad situation, if you've had some circumstance that's not good, that you're just struggling, take a moment and stop and say, what's really important? Yes, we all need to be provided for, and there are certain things that we need, but from a basic standpoint, we can get by on a lot less than what we have. You look at other countries, third world countries, where they even have trouble having food or having water or having warmth, and they will look at us, or they look at us and say, you spoiled Americans. Seriously? You're mad because you've got a $7 latte that doesn't have a certain word on it because it's a colored cup? Seriously? That's a big deal? How about you send me that coffee and I don't care? There was somebody with this, the red cup thing, that they said, I took my Christian Chick-fil-A sandwich and my atheist Starbucks red cup, I don't think it's an atheist Starbucks red cup, and handed it to a homeless man, and he didn't care what the outside of the bag was. He cared that it was a hot drink and it was a hot sandwich, and he was thankful. And he had gratitudinalism. He embraced that in the fact that was all he needed. He needed the food and the hot drink. In Genesis, in the very first sentence of the Bible, it says, in the beginning, God. God was at the beginning. God was before everything. God was. And then he created everything. He created the heavens. He created the earth. He created the oceans and the land and the birds and the animals. And then he created us. And after every time he created something, he said, it is good. This is good. And he nailed it. I'm sure you know that. I'm sure you know you nailed it. But I'm just saying, I am acknowledging that this is awesome. This is great, right? Life is amazing. And we take it for granted. We need to embrace gratitudinalism and have gratitude for all that we get to enjoy. It's crazy, guys. Look up. Sometimes I'll be walking around with my phone or whatever, probably my phone. Yeah, let's be real. I'll be walking around with my phone and all of a sudden I'll just put it down and I'll just look up. Not look straight, but I'll look up. And there'll be trees, there'll be clouds, there's the sun, whatever. And it kind of opens you up, gets you out of that bubble of I'm right here and I'm doing things and I'm checking things and I'm being important. And you look up and it just it fades away, for me anyways. It fades away to say, what's really important? What do we really need? All we need is a fire and a ball and a Christmas tree, right? Everything else is just gravy. Everything else is just a bonus. Everything else is just something we get to experience because we're blessed to do it. God's allowing us to have this awesome experience around us. We add things in and God blesses us or doesn't bless us with certain things. But the fact that we can look at it and say, this is a blessing. I am so grateful for the things that are around me, for the air that I'm breathing, for the palm trees that I'm looking at, for the mountains that I'm standing in, for the snow that I'm throwing at my son because it's awesome to throw snowballs at your son, for the sand that I'm kicking up behind me as I'm ripping through the desert on my motorcycle. Whatever it is that you do that makes you feel like, oh, this is it. This is awesome. I love to surf. That's one of my favorite things, which is why I love beach camping. And I was out there yesterday and I'm floating in the water. The sun's out, so it's kind of warm outside, and the water's a little bit chilly. And there's just that feeling that I get when I'm in the ocean of, like I just breathe. It's spiritual. I'm out there and I'm floating in God's created ocean with all kinds of critters under me. I'm sure there's probably a shark or two that swam under me, and hey guys, what's going on? Bruce was probably out there waiting for me. So, but I'm out there and I'm in God's creation. I'm surrounded by the ocean, and there's these waves that are coming and rolling in at me. And as soon as I see, when I turn around and I'm paddling and I'm riding the energy of the ocean. I'm feeling the connection with nature. And I don't have a phone, I don't have a watch, I don't have a computer, I don't have a camera, even though I wanted to take my GoPro, but I didn't. There's just that simple connection of amazing experience that you have when you unplug and you really look at where you are and what you're doing. And that's different for everybody. That may be walking down a wooded path in the mountains, or it may be walking down the street. I don't know. It might be in the middle of a lake on a tube by yourself, and it's just quiet. It is such a powerful feeling to be connected to what God created for us to enjoy, because it is amazing. The fact that he was able to do this, because he's God, he can do anything, and he created everything that we enjoy. All of the sounds and the birds and the stuff, we can hear that because of him. We can breathe because of him. We can smell. Sometimes we don't want to smell, but we can because of him. We can see. I mean, you go on and on and on. But the fact that we take it for granted and we don't embrace the gratitudinalism that we really should have inside ourselves on a day-to-day basis, moment to moment, it doesn't stop. It doesn't quit. It is always happening. Oh man, I'm getting pumped up. I need to go float in the ocean. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you understand the point of all of this is to take a second, look up, take in your surroundings, breathe in a deep breath of the air that God's letting you breathe today, and say thank you. Embrace your gratitudinalism for what it is that God has allowed you to experience. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel, subscribe to the podcast, and come have some Jesus and coffee with me, guys. This is great. I'm really enjoying this. I hope you are too. Have a great day, and drink up and be blessed. This has been Jesus and Coffee. Remember to subscribe on YouTube at Todd Does Stuff, Gratitudinalism, Periscope at T Fraser SoCal, and the Phrasecast on iTunes. That might work. See you next time. Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree, how lovely are your branches. Oh, Christmas tree, I don't know all the words, but I will sing because I know the song and rhythm for the show. Oh, Christmas tree, how lovely are your branches. Have a good day.